I decided to pick the story about how the first time I realized my gender made me different from others, mostly speaking female to males. I was in middle school, and I had already been in different sports. I did volleyball, I did basketball, I did swimming, and I did track. And in my school, when you reach 7th grade, you get to pick a sport, whatever one you want to do. And when it came winter time, that is when it was either girls did basketball and the boys did wrestling. And I was really, really into wrestling when I was in middle school. I watched WWE all the time. I thought it was super, super cool. I didn't think much about how it was a boys type of thing to watch and to do and to fight, and it was a boy sport, and I never heard of it that way until I was able to do a sport, and I wanted to do wrestling my middle school years, 7th and 8th grade. And I had asked my mom, and she said it was fine. She didn't mind. But when I asked my dad, he told me that I couldn't do it. And I asked why. And he said, because it's a boy sport. And I said, what does that even mean? And he said, it's a boy sport. Only boys can do it because boys are strong, and that was that. That's just how it is. Girls can't do it. And I fought him constantly on why couldn't I do it? Because I was a girl was always the answer. And I never understood that, because I can run, I can fight, I always thought I could do a lot of things that guys could do. And I did track with boys. Boys have their own swim teams. Girls have their own swim teams. Boys do volleyball. Girls do volleyball. I'd never thought of the difference between that. And even when I was in track, I never realized how they had girls' sports or girl events separated from the boy events. I never really understood that. And I kept fighting my dad on this issue about wanting to be on the wrestling team. And he said, well, how would you feel if a boy beat you at something? And I said, I wouldn't care. It wouldn't matter to me. And he told me, well, it matters if a girl beats a boy, especially in wrestling, because you are stronger than him then. And that can be emasculating. And I thought it was unfair. I thought it was not right. I didn't know the word sexism at that time, but it was very sexist. And I fought him 7th grade year, and I brought up the subject again 8th grade year, because I was still super into wrestling, and I really, really, really wanted to be on the wrestling team. Even a little bit in high school, I wanted to be on the wrestling team. And he kept telling me no. My mom even fought him on it too, saying that it was unfair, what's the point, and I always thought it was cool if I could be one of the girls on the wrestling team, and I always wanted to be better than boys. That's just how I was. I never really liked boys. I always fought them in middle school. I picked on them, and and I thought it'd be super cool to join a wrestling team, and I was never able to join it. I stuck to female sports. I stuck to volleyball, and I stuck to basketball, and I stuck to swimming. And I don't regret anything, but I do sometimes wish that I could have done it or tried it out and saw how it was. But knowing I wasn't allowed to do it because of my gender was I didn't like it at all. I give my permission to have this video posted online as part of the Gender Stories project.